This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. FOMC day. If you've been trading around your positions, you've been thoughtful. Hopefully you've been, waiting for the extremes, like we said. If you followed on Twitter, we talked about expecting pops. Not surprising. Again, if you listen to Powell speak today, he seemed utterly clueless, scared crapless, and just throwing poop against the wall, hoping it sticks. We've talked about this potentially being the case. Not surprising this playing out like this, but here's the thing that I tell people when you have to be worried about, and NH here posting at the bottom knows this too. The Thursday after the FOMC day has typically been a trap, so be careful if you're riding the up. Again, we talked about layering into shorts at extremes if you needed to trade around positions at lows and trade up. Particularly certain things we'll talk about exactly what we're talking about, certain trades, Apple, gold, certain things I expected to pop. Let's go over it. So if you're new to the channel, have any questions, please reach out. Link is in the description to the Discord room. If you want to chat, feel free to, boom, let's do a Zoom, 30 minutes. Always here to help. If you're looking to buy, sell, trade, real estate, investments, whatever it is, please use the Calendly link. Do not hesitate to reach out. I will try my best to accommodate your schedule and figure something out. All right, check out thetradingagent.com. Get your recommended reading. Do your favors. Get your interactive brokers. I'm telling you, get away from Schwab and all these other crappy brokers. There's something. Again, maybe I'm the only one who believes this. Get your markets account too. I thoroughly believe there is a credit event coming at some point. Like, that is the only way possible for them to get inflation down. And there's lots of catalysts, whether it's commercial real estate, whether it's foreign countries struggling. Again, we talk about China, how people just stop literally paying their mortgages. There's a lot of stuff going on. And at any point, it's tough to say when. Black Swan event, whatever you want to call it, potentially is coming. And again, at this point, we're stuck in, look at the leaders not leading. You got some choppiness. You got the trash leading. And when I say trash, some names that have been just on fire, but then look at NVDA. Like, you would think it'd be up like 30 points today. Bitcoin, again, I'm not calling it trash, but here we go. Holding levels, which we said would be important around here, the 60,000 level. And I'm not saying Bitcoin trash. I'm just saying, like, the liquidity names will not hold up if liquidity gets pulled out. That's just my opinion. Oil, been rocking and rolling. We talked about this was a good trade up. Feds, this is the wild card. Remember, oil is the biggest input into everything. Natty gas, talked about these levels being very solid. Also, follow on the Twitter. Again, here you go. Ready to purchase your dream house? Holler. Let me help you. I'll find you an agent. Great agent, no matter where you're at in the country. Let me use my resources, contacts. People all over the country. The dollar. Okay, we talked about it. All right, getting over the 20-day. Said watch the action today. Not surprised, opens up, close high, but look at the volume. It's not conviction. It doesn't show you anything. TLT, keep an eye on this one. We talked about testing the 92 level before FOMC. You got there. You got, 92.29. I thought we'd retest maybe a little lower, but whatever, close enough, right? Horseshoes and hand grenades, pretty close, right? Pretty close. Keep an eye on it. The VIX, here we go, channel lows, right? Here you go, channel lows, and look at this. Retesting ranges. Could we fill the gap here? I was watching that. It's not far off, 1296. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw that tomorrow. Maybe they smash it into close. There's still a couple of minutes left as I'm recording this. The Vixen, down, up, down, all over the place. The VIX is interesting. Back at the low of the day. Here you go. Range lows. I'd be watching for these gap fills. This is why you're patient. If you're layering into shorts, that's what I was looking at the end of the day. Just little baby action. SPY breaking out. Okay, we'll see. Look at the volumes, which is crazy, right? Down on decent volume. Now it's rallying back. Again, I'm gonna put the 10-minute in the background, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the action swell and some profit taking into the close. QQQ, as we talked about, lagging, back testing. It's not pretty important area here in the 440s. We talked about this mid 440s levels. Check it out. IWM, as we talked about, been lagging. Okay, nice little bounce here, but look where it again stuck at. Look at all these wicks here around 206 and change. maybe even 207. I mean, just again, keep an eye on your levels. You got to know your levels. Leave some bullets just in case whatever you're doing, you have to be careful these FOMC days. They're very confusing. DIA trying to break out with decent volume. Got to give it credit where credit's due. It's holding up pretty dang well. Gold, we talked about that 199 level holding. So far, so good, right? Popping up. We'll see if there's going to be some follow through. Good old silver, mate. It's been what, lagadocious, but here again, you're coming up into this area. Like you got to get over these 23s. Maybe even over 24s to be safe. GDX, we talked about the miners chopping around, pulling back some yesterday. I mean, holding the 100-day, I don't know why these aren't at 32. And if they do get a pop, that makes sense. It should get up into the 32s pretty damn quickly. GDX, same kind of thing. I mean, if it pops, it should get up into this 40 level if it's going to go quickly. If it doesn't, well, then that should tell you something. Be careful. AEM, been holding up pretty darn well. Chopping around. AG, are you with me? Here you go. Chopping around. Newmont. Still don't get this, why this isn't ripping. This thing should be in the 40s. It's not. Makes me a little nervous about miners. PAAS. Same kind of thing. Here you go. Chop around. Chop around. Chop around. I'm just watching the market as we go into the close. Watch, see if the 10-minute volume picks up. Taiwan Semi. 135.01. Chopping around. Again, these names look like they're topped. Right? This is a top. It's just a matter of what happens between, the next few days or weeks. Micron, here's your top. Back testing. It looks a little better in some of these names. AMD, I mean, down $2 today. You would think this thing would be green. That's the top. We talked about it. And look at it. Just a slow burn down. I would be watching this 165 area. Oh, gosh, if I can draw right. 164, low mid 160s. Keep an eye on that, right? The NVIDIA. You would think this would be up at, I honestly been waiting for the 920s. If we don't get there, that tells you something. Keeping an eye on that level. SMCI, lucky for Goldman, they're the best, right? They upgrade the stock after getting the offering and telling everyone to buy it at 971. They have to sell a couple million shares, and look what it's doing. Stuck cheddars. We'll see. Again, maybe it needs a few days to base and then go, but doesn't really look that hot to me. All right, looking at the spot. Looks like there's a little bit of profit taken into the close. Intel, this thing has been do. SMH, days like today, you would think this thing would be ripping. Nope, chopping around. Adobes, talked about the post-gap down earnings, pop back, chopping around. Today down a couple points. Apple, I honestly thought we'd hit 180. I'm still waiting for it. If I miss it, we miss it. I'm waiting for that to short back some more. Amazonians, holding up pretty darn well, chopping around, but just chop, fizz, what relief it is. Meta, same kind of thing, chopping around. Keep an eye on this because, again, I want to see these names follow through or get pounded, and I think you might get a gap up tomorrow. That's where I would probably take the action off. 309, I'd be watching for CRM. Guggenheim, we talked about the gap fill and giving it right back. Man, I don't think we're going to get it. I'd probably, maybe 150, I don't know. Microsoft has been holding up pretty dang well. Here you go. Is it about to break out or is it a fake out? Man, you would think this thing would be at 430 today. NDAQ, look at this. Oh, we're going, and gives it up. Man, massive volume today. I didn't check the chance what it was up to, or the news, but interesting. And MicroStrategy, again, Bitcoin kind of all over the place. Held the 20-day. I'd be watching this like 1590s area. Seems to be a lot of confluence there. Netflix holding up pretty darn well. And it's just slow burn up. Congrats if you're a bull. Roblox got burned. Channeling down, holding the channel. Holding down the fort at the channel low. Keeping on at Pan W, right? Here you go. Chop. Tesla burned. But yeah, not surprised. It's got, we've talked about like breaking the channel. If it doesn't break and it comes back in, it could have a little bit of oomph into it. Maybe it gets back to the 180s. Either way, it's just been a laggard. AirBnB, I thought this would be at like 5 or 6 points today. Chopping around. Costco, we talked about it gapping down on earnings and watching for the 20-day. You're getting there. Starbucks, this one got burned. Been burning. Nice little bounce. 20-day. Maybe it back tests the channel. Maybe. Maybe gravy, baby. I don't know. Your guess is good as mine on that one at this point. So, anyway, Federal Express. We talked about this one holding up pretty well. I guess with oil down today, people are getting excited about it. It's got this huge gap. If it holds up, it's pretty clear it should get up into this 265 area. So if you're bullish, go right ahead. I mean, that's what you need to watch for. Caterpillar, this one's been holding up pretty darn well. Nuclear, man, is it gonna break out? Man, this one's been a sloppy, choppy sunker. Letter X, we talked about these guys, not getting bought by Nippon Steel, but there are bidders. I'm not trading it. VALE, this thing's been dead. Arrow, chopping around. I mean, did it make a new high today? No, it's getting stuck in the 19s. We'll see. CCJ, these material names had a nice run, but gotta hold. I mean, it's just chopping around. CF, nothing today. Whole lot of nothing. Mosaic, whole lot of nothing. Chopping. NTR. I mean, we love these names long term. Just, I don't know. AA, down $1.50, up $1.50. It's interesting to close them. Interesting to close. XLF, buggered. Trying to get higher. I guess, here's the thing, right? What's the next level? I still love this thing for sure, I think, in time. These make so much sense. You're right here up against those highs. Let me see. It's crazy to think that financials would break out in a situation with like all the crap that's going on. But it is what it. Market can become irrational. We've talked about that. Like JP Morgan, like let that thing run. Morgan Stanley, that's a nice little pop for it today. This thing's been lagging, getting back into this range up in the 90s. Bank of America holding up pretty well. Breaking out. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. This is the thing. Like, do what you think is best. Just define your risk. There's no thing of certainty. Interesting to see Goldman finally close above 395. Will it sustain? I guess it's good. Carry, here we go. Talking about the trash floating last. Man, if you saw the 10-minute, look at this thing. Like, people just, they can't even, get me the fudge out of it. Why? Nice little bounce, I guess. It's just stuck at the moment. We talked about the XBI. Like, this is like one of those things that should be like breaking out, going to the moon, hits it, comes back. Holding support now. Keep an eye on that one just for your own peace of mind. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Solar, this is, of course it's going to bounce with the market. That's not surprising. Sedge, ENPH. We talked about these things. They're like just dead money, but watching the levels. Like ENPH, I don't know. You need some more significant bounces to care about these. For solar, man, there's just so much like little crap going on here. I don't know. You could draw it so many ways. Like draw it from the closes. Yeah. This one's a hard one. When in doubt, just find something else. That's how I look at it, right? Here you go. HYG, it's like I laugh. It's like, you want to buy corporate debt right now? You got to be nuts. Oil, overbought, pulls back today. It's not like an ugly day. UNG, we talked about this thing being just a crappy ETF. Whatever. Cold, I like. We've talked about shorting this thing a lot. Hopefully, again, any bounce. But just here's the thing. I warn this in every video. If the market gets crushed and natural gas wants to fill the gap up there, or again, gets crushed more, you get out of the way. You define your risk. You don't get stuck. XOP, talked about, been holding up really damn well, getting up into the next range. Exxon Mobil, interesting that it hits the upper range right here in the 113s. It's starting to get a little tired, right? CVE, this one's been holding up pretty damn well. We talked about breaking the downtrend, getting over the 200-day, making higher highs. We talked about the gasoline names. Look at this. Valero, MPC. This has got to had the feds pulling their hair out. Things are on fire. Occidental, chopping around. Big chop range. Last but not least, and with EQT and Flex LNG, here you go. Check these out. All right. We know EQT's stuck, right? They're doing a little merger with, I think, midstream partners. I can't remember. I don't always forget to look, but obviously I'm not trading it, but I'm watching that thing in time. And then last but not least, Flex LNG. So this one, again, I love the juicy dividend. I think we will be natural gas exporters in time, zero doubt. This has had a big move. Now it's just consolidating. I don't know how low it's going to go, but keep an eye on it. If you have any questions about the markets, trading, taxes, investing, the future, how can I help you? Don't hesitate to reach out. Leave a comment below. Use the Calendly link. Let me know what I can do to help you. Because again, in this market, in the world, whatever you want to call it, everybody needs help. Everybody. People have been there to help me along the way and grow, answer my questions, and be, I don't know, a resource. That's what I want to be for you. If I can be a resource, help you out. Again, I don't mind helping people who have questions. Do a little digging, do a little soul searching. If you can't figure it out, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here. All right, you guys have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you guys and gals later. Be careful tomorrow.